Hey guys, before I beat the snot out of this 500 horsepower Hummer in the dirt, give me a second for pcarmarket.com. Pcar Market is a 24/7 online auction house exclusively for buyers and sellers of Porsche. Whether it's early air-cooled, something historically significant, a famous race car, a modern water-cooled high-performance car, or even a donor shell or engine, Pcar Market has it all. You know, these guys are friends of mine. They're sponsored by Haggerty and Porsche Classic. They spent a really long time developing this platform, and if you're into Porsches like I'm into Porsches and you want to go to an auction site exclusively for Porsches, it's pcarmarket.com. Hit the link in the description after you watch this video and take a look. I'll see you over there. Now, check out this Hummer. It rules. Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the Hungry Valley off-road area north of LA. This is an interesting opportunity for us because we're going to answer a very valuable question. Can you un-shitbox a Hummer? This is important consumer knowledge, people. The folks at Mil-Spec, which is a company based in Detroit, although with a manufacturing facility in Kansas, takes these Hummer H1s, 1995 to 98s predominantly, and takes them apart to nothing. Literally, they even disassemble the frame to like a frame rail. And they rebuild these things from the ground up. They have upgraded powertrains. They have upgraded suspensions. They have upgraded interior. They have upgraded convenience features like a better radio, a better heating and cooling system that's less prone to failure, an ARB locking diff, a different gearbox, like everything. Like they rhino liner and insulate the doors. Like there's a heated windshield. There's a lot going on in these things. And I wanted to have a go, mainly because I had a Hummer, an H1 back in the day, and it was a piece of junk. And I want to see if it's possible, and if indeed a company has un-shitboxed the Hummer. So, we'll talk specifics on the trail. Let's have a go. All right, so the H1 Hummer. Originally a military vehicle built by AM General with GM powertrains, popularized as an option for road cars by Schwarzenegger, the Governator, and they went into production in I think 1993, possibly 94. They are huge. This is an open-top version, a full-on four-door soft top. They also came as a pickup truck. They came as a four-door hardtop, and they came as a five-door wagon. I actually had the wagon version. There was originally an NA gas powertrain. There was then a turbo diesel. I'm sorry, an NA gas, a NA diesel, a turbo diesel. And then finally the Alpha version in like 05, 06, which was the Duramax diesel with the Allison 5-speed transmission. I say all that because that's where we've left off. All of them, with the exception of the Alpha, were pretty much terrible. The Alpha was much, much better, but those are really expensive still. So this company, Mil-Spec, aimed to bring the earlier Hummers beyond where the Alpha left off. Take the whole thing apart, put it back together with a 6.6 liter, 500 horsepower Duramax Chevy V8 diesel, built in-house, 500 horsepower and 1,000 pounds of torque. And then put an Allison 6-speed transmission. Which way do you think, Timmy? I think right. Sure. Allison 6-speed gearbox. They upgrade the hubs to the Alpha's hubs, which are much better. And I have to say, even in just these short little bits, so far this thing drives way better than the last stock Hummer I drove. The one I had, which was the 6.5 turbo diesel, did make 475 or so pounds of torque, but only 190 horsepower. It was so slow, I had to physically calculate longer drive times to get places. It was the worst. This one has some get up and go, which, as I feel the wheel spin, reminds me of another important fact. They use a transfer case from a modern Chevy Duramax. That means that unlike any production Hummer ever, the Mil-Spec Hummer can be driven as it is right now in two-wheel drive only. That combined with the change in the steering box really means the steering feel is so much better. So much better. And you can donut your way out of, you can make a U-turn by donutting. You also might be able to slide it. We'll see. If I go flat on this, the response isn't, well, when it comes on, it does come on. Yes. It's lazy. You need to have it in the right gear. That's the problem. I need to have it in like 2. It's geared short. Maybe 3? How about 3? How about brakes? Whoa! Holy brake feel! Oh man, the Hummer before, my Hummer, had the worst brakes. They were so awful. This one has an actual brake feel. Mobbing. Like if I need to, dude, that was like kind of like proper. That was like real brake feel, huh, Timmy?
Yeah, definitely puts you forward.
Yeah, I think leaving it in 3rd is definitely the way to go. So these Mil-Spec guys, they rebuild the car, right, or the truck, with fully like rhino lined and insulated panels. They do a new soft top. Like this is way quieter than other soft tops. There's a backup camera that's like full time in the mirror there. Oh, look! Wait, can we?
Yeah, we can.
Yes, we can, and we shall. Oh, what was that? Jackrabbit? Funny. They really try and tighten everything, improve the quality of everything. They know that for most folks who buy Hummers, I feel like this road is just gonna like sinkhole from underneath us. For most people who buy Hummers, you know, these things are like 5th or 6th cars. Should we go up this trail, Timmy?
Yep.
Okay.
Always
up the trail. You know, it goes to your house in Montana. It doesn't. It's not your daily driver. Only idiots like me would daily drive one of these things. Now, this is doing well. And so it has like battery cutoff switches built in. All the electronics and stuff, including the stereo, are fully marine grade. And so that stuff is designed to not be used that often. There's a heated windshield because the defroster wasn't very good. There's bigger and better side view mirrors from the Alpha. Mine had the earlier terrible mirrors that were completely worthless. You know, also, by the way, being a Hummer, you have that amazing ground clearance. It's like 16 inches, if I recall. And you have a completely independent suspension, front and rear. So your ride quality is like way better than a Super Duty. One of the few positive things I remember about my Hummer was that the ride was pretty good for what it is. Unfortunately, one of the things you do lose, I don't think I've mentioned this yet, right, Timmy? Is that you lose the central tire inflation system, which is unfortunate because that's kind of a look at this. There's some pretty good articulation. Wow, I could feel the wheels doing a lot there while the body stayed totally flat. That was great. Central tire inflation is what it sounds like. It's a single compressor connected to all 4 of the tires, and it can inflate and deflate them, you know, from the cockpit. And how about this gap, Timmy?
over it.
walking right over this middle here. And so they take that out, and they take it out because it was not a good system. Both Timmy and I were mildly offended that they took it out because we felt it was such a hallmark of the Hummer. But in truth, they said that they did everything up to and including buying a Brabus Mercedes 6x6, and even in the 6x6 they said that they couldn't their central tire inflation system in like a $600,000 brand new Mercedes was not good. And so if that's the case, if 2018 Mercedes-Benz can't get it right, I'll forgive them in the aftermarket. If you are particularly sore about the lack of CTIS, they will put it in for you at, what words do they use? Your own peril? Is that what they said? They'll put it in for you, but they won't warranty it. So far, we're still fully in two-wheel drive. Should we see how the turning radius is?
As expected.
It's grand, but I'm gonna reverse. The steering, like, really is like a lot better. The steering was so bad. The weight was all wrong. Everything about the steering was so bad in my Hummer that I'm shocked at how much it's improved. Something else that's been improved. The seating position and the seat room are changed. Really, it's the mounting point more than anything else. The seat itself is an alpha seat that's just been recovered. They also changed the gauges, and they redo the interior. Like, it ain't Singer. It ain't Singer, but they redo it in nice leather. Whoa. They redo it in nice leather. It feels like a high quality thing. It's got a Momo Prototipo steering wheel, which is funny because my Hummer had a Momo wheel too. And they simplify. The old Hummer has just buttons and shit everywhere. They make a couple central kind of command panels, and then they simplify. Another major downside is their heat and air conditioning systems. They said they only have on and off. Heat on, off, air conditioning on, off. For a $200,000 vehicle, that seemed mildly shanty. And they said it's because they haven't been able to find an air conditioning control panel that it performs to their satisfaction. And so for now, they're just doing this, and there will be an update next year. That's the word on that. But anyway, that kind of is what it is. Dynamically, in terms of how it drives, I will fully and openly say this is the best driving Hummer I've ever driven. Steering feels right. The brakes feel like usable. It actually has enough power to get out of its own way. It's the kind of Hummer that might make me like Hummers again, to be perfectly honest with you.
There is the long travel option.
Oh yeah, they do have for those of us that are a little more Baja inclined, they offer a wide fendered long travel shock option for the desert. That's pretty cool. So this thing is $218,000, and as it sits, they said this one is around $240,000. It's expensive. The donor Hummer is around $60,000, I think. I don't know, Timmy. You have to really like Hummers. I mean, you have to start there. I'm probably not gonna convert someone who doesn't like Hummers into someone who does like Hummers with this video. That's probably not gonna happen. Oh wait. Wow, I am so stoked on those brakes. Those brakes were great. We're gonna go on this whoops. Why drive on dirt, on tarmac?
This would be fun in the long travel.
Yes. I'm not going to convert anyone who doesn't like Hummers to someone who does, but if you want a Hummer, I have to warn you that unless you're driving an Alpha, This feels like sailing down the ocean, doesn't it?
It does.
Unless you're driving an Alpha, a stock Hummer drives terribly. Go ask Doug DeMuro if you don't believe me. A stock Hummer is not a good driving vehicle. This one drives at least to the level of a modern, like, Super Duty. Maybe even a little better than that. Now I want to see, are these whoops here? Oh, those are some big ones. Big and whoops. I wanted to do some lock and diff and do some donuts, right?
Always.
Don't we want to see if we can do that? Because I can turn on the air compressor and lock the diff from here. Right? You said I can do it in drive. Air compressor, diff lock. How do I know it's locked?
Should be an indicator light.
Is the light on? Let's assume it is.
Mash the pedal, find out that way.
Oh, yeah. Oh, hang on a minute. Wow, I've never been in a Hummer you could do that before. Hummers plow, Hummers are pigs. You can drift this. Oh, bro. Look, direct steering, good throttle response. This is like the Formula D Hummer. You can left foot brake it, dude. Look.
It's super stable.
Wow. That's really good at donuts.
Yeah.
Why should you spend $200,000 on a Hummer? Because it's the only Hummer you can do donuts in. We can end there. That's the moral of the story. Look, donut. 1,000 pounds of torque. It's cutting a hole in the earth behind me. Bro. That's a really effortless donut. Super, super sweet. I mean, ultimately, I am a child, and this is a child's toy. This is a toy for totally grown-up children. Now I'll unlock the diff, turn off the air compressor, and now we're back to normal. Back into drive. Whoa! Wow. I mean, look. Yeah, it's 200 grand, and that's a lot of money. But it seems they might have unshitboxed the Hummer. Kinda. They mostly unshitboxed the Hummer. And it is the duty of someone like me, when a company has successfully unshitboxed something, it's definitely my duty to applaud that. So I applaud thee, Mil-Spec, master of unshitboxing that which was shitboxed out of the box. Have a good day. I'm going to go do some more donuts in my $200,000 borrowed Hummer.